Why did the evil chicken lay? A deviled egg? Okay, that was pretty bad though. I like dad jokes, but that was kind of smelly. You could say that joke went rotten. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir de Vite, and today I want to play a game called Worthy Lover. Your head felt heavy as you tried to open your eyes, realizing that you had a pounding headache and your limbs were restrained. I just got here and I'm already tied up. You let out a groan and heard someone clear their throat. I see you're awake. You flinched. Not being able to see in the dark room was making you nervous. Where am I? What's going on? You couldn't remember anything. Nice to finally meet you. I've learned so much about you. What? Oh, before we begin, while I am aware of your legal information, what would you like me to call you? I am Espoir. It means hope in French. Lovely to finally meet you, Espoir. You heard a small click as a faint light flickered on above you. Oh, hello. My, what beautiful lavender eyes you have. As your vision adjusted, you saw a man, tall, well over 6 feet. He was shrouded in darkness, so all you could see of his face was his mouth and the glint of his eyes. Your stomach dropped. You had no clue what you were going to do, but you shifted in your restraints, feeling the tautness against your skin. I have a few questions for you. You stared at him and almost scoffed. Am I being interrogated? As if I have a fluffing choice in answering. What do you want? I don't think you're in the position to be asking me things in that tone of voice, little one. Why do you get off calling me little one? Oh, I don't know, seeing as the fact that I'm 6 feet tall. Also, I believe he is a father. And I've kind of been spoiled as to whose father he is. I just told you to watch your tone, kid. Fluff you. Respectfully, sir. I'm old enough to be your dad. I don't think you want that sweet thing. Well, sorry, I'm actually quite fond of daddies. You grow nauseous from the way he so quickly flipped his demeanor. Anyways, it's question time. I hope you answer well. This is to determine your worth as a lover. For who? You? He looked at you for a moment before grinning. Absolutely not. You're a little too young for my taste. However, I am flattered. Speaking of tastes and partners, that will be my first question for you. What is your type? Yandere or mentally stable? Well, I absolutely do not like tsunderes. I mean, they're cute and all, but I am not. I do not like tsunderes. Hot really isn't a personality type. Mentally stable is pretty attractive, though. Yeah, loving and caring. I like cuddles, and respect, and personal space. Well, that's not a bad answer. But it's kind of a cop-out, you know. Shut up! I like being loved by art. Hey, you shut up. I'm a pretty big fan of my partner not murdering people. Ironically, my best friend is kind of a cop. He's the boss of someone very important to me. Are you dropping lore, sir, and we just started? You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. I need to know these things, to be helpful. You're being helpful? By kidnapping me? Yes, you might not realize I'm being helpful, but you will. Especially if I deem you unfit. Though he might try to kill me first. He let out a low chuckle at this, and for a moment it sounded familiar. Very faintly familiar. He watched you carefully, and you debated asking another question. Who did you kidnap me for? Why would I tell you that? You would dislike that person immediately, wouldn't you? Not really. They just have very defensive parents.
I can't believe you'd want their efforts to go to waste. That's disgusting behavior from you.
Well, don't I fluffing deserve to know what kind of monster asked you to kidnap me? I don't think they asked him. I think you did this of your own volition, sir.
Did you not listen to me earlier, little one? He doesn't fluffing know I'm doing this. I'm doing it because I need to vet you. Idiot.
You're being quite rude, sir.
A stupid person gets stupid answers.
Hey, we do not use that word here. Unless it's funny.
What's your least favorite profession for a partner?
Least favorite profession? That's a weird question. Game developers. Horrible. Game developers. Game developers are amazing. Because making a game is hard. Like the game I made called Picture Perfect Boyfriend. I mean, government workers aren't that bad, just the people at the tippy top are the worst, but people who work under them, I guess they're okay. Game developers are awesome. Anything where you're gone for long periods of time, that would kind of stink. Yeah, I think that would be bad. I want my sweetheart to be close by me at all times.
Well, aren't those jobs important?
Yeah, but a partner should be able to spend time with me.
Needy, aren't you?
Sir, you have no idea. You rolled your eyes. Sure, whatever. The sarcasm dripped from your voice as he chuckled.
You're amusing.
A shiver ran through your body, and you realized just how cold the room was. You looked around, nervously, the faint light not letting you see anything. He snapped at you, making your gaze go to him again.
There are those pretty eyes.
You felt viscerally uncomfortable with the way he said that, your entire being screaming at you to move.
Bear with me for a moment. Did you know that I'm a terrible father? I've never once spoken to my son.
Lord. Really?
I doubt he even knows what I look like, unless Susan told him. All I know about him is what his name is, and I've watched him from afar. I won't ever say hello. That's his decision. If he wants to find me, he can. So, for your third question, how do you feel about children?
Currently, I don't think I want to have babies. Not in this country. Not in this economy. Not with everything that's happening right now. And I definitely don't want more than 2 childrens. But, ideally, if circumstances were better, I would love to be a mummy. An actual mummy, and not just have a bunch of fictional sons. Like in my game Picture Perfect Boyfriend. I'd like them. I'd have 1 or 2.
I can understand that.
Why did you ask me about kids if you're not a good father yourself?
That's a question for you to figure out on your own. This reminds me that my son might hold a grudge against me for never being in his life. Do you hold grudges?
Depends on if you'll let me go. I mean, if he did let me go right now, I wouldn't hold a grudge against him, but generally, I tend to remember stuff pretty well, so sometimes. I have a very good memory when I'm traumatized.
That's a valid line of thought. I can understand holding some grudges and forgiving others. I wonder if you'll forgive me.
You're all right. You're all right, dad, guy, future father-in-law. Actually, yeah, what would the fathers of all my fictional husbands think? Probably not.
I guess I should expect that. If him loving you says anything about his own reaction, I'm glad I'll be prepared. I do hope he forgives me one day. It'd be irritating to have him yell at me. Though the idea of making him mad is lovely in itself. Oh, do you enjoy dad jokes?
I do, sir. I very much do. You groaned in disgust. Was your captor really about to make some stupid corny dad jokes right now?
Why did the evil chicken lay?
You stared blankly at him.
A deviled egg?
Okay, that was pretty bad though. I like dad jokes, but that was kind of smelly. You could say that joke went rotten. What the fluff is this guy on? For someone who says they're oh so old, you don't look or act like it.
How flattering of you, little one. I'm actually 47, but I doubt you can see the gray hairs from where you're seated. You've amused my son a bit, and he seems to find happiness in you.
What does that even mean?
I think you're, well, 2 out of 10, I suppose.
What? Fine. I'm just being honest, sir. What do you mean I've amused your son?
Poor thing is infatuated with you. A mere 2. Anyways, what makes you the happiest?
Not being kidnapped. Yeah. My boo, my sweetheart, my darling.
He stared at you, his grin growing before he spoke. Oh, such a lovely response. Anyways, we're almost done. One last question, little one, then I might set you free.
You let out a trembling breath. Your heart was racing as you tried to mentally prepare for the final question.
I must know. What do you want your last name to be?
What? What? What kind of question is that? I just press... I don't know. I didn't expect anything to happen if you don't press nothing.
Nothing? I suppose you desire to die then,
That's not what I was saying. I've just said I don't remember the last names of any of the characters. You watched him warily, unsure of why he asked you that. Do I attempt to ask why?
Just curious, little one.
Who even are you?
Ah, finally a question I'm glad to answer, sweet thing. My name is Silas.
What up, Sir? Sir? 6 feet? Galverton? Also 6 feet? Back up? Back up! Galverton? I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna remember that for next time, sir.
Before you could respond, he covered your mouth with a rag. Your eyes widening in horror as you smelled the sweet floral scent of chloroform. Your body slowly slipped into an unconscious void of sleep.
You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to do any of that. If you could just, appear at my kitchen table while I'm, having some cereal or something and just ask me these questions, I'm sure that I'd be calm about it.
You woke up in the soft comforts of your bed. Your pillow was fluffed and your blankets nicely tucked in around you.
Did he tuck me in? Did my future dad tuck me in? Thanks, Daddy.
Tears filled your eyes as you realized you were home. You survived.
Wait, you mean there's a chance that I wasn't gonna survive?
Ending 2 out of 3. Good end.
How dare you call me a 2, sir? A 2 out of 10, how dare... Alright. Let's see if I can make him mad. What is my type? Yandere. Oh, really? Oh, wait, no, you like that? Oh, no, he likes that!
Yandere. Oh, that's wonderful, Espoir. I couldn't be happier. You might just be
perfect for him. Wait, no, I'm trying to make you mad! I'm trying to get the worst ending. Hold on a second. What if I say nothing throughout the whole thing? What's my type? Nothing.
It's adorable that you think silence would get you an outcome you want.
I think it will.
You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. What's your least favorite profession for a partner?
I ain't telling you nothing, sir.
Jesus fluffing Christmas. You're such a child.
Yeah. I'm only 10 years younger than you. You're not even old enough to be... Oh, yeah, you're not even old enough to be my dad. You're too young.
I should kill you right here and now for being so fluffing disappointing. Genuinely, get over yourself.
No.
How do you feel about children?
I plead the fifth.
I understand you don't want to answer, but for your own sake, I would suggest answering. Do you hold grudges?
I really can't stay silent throughout this entire thing. You getting mad? You getting mad, sir? You getting mad?
You watched him rub his forehead in annoyance. What makes you happiest?
Nothing. I don't like upsetting video game characters, but making them mad is fun.
You're pathetic. You know that, right?
I know.
Anyways, we're almost done.
What if I say, nothing?
I suppose you desire to die then, Unfortunately, I've decided that you don't deserve my son. I may not be a worthy father, but you are not a worthy lover.
All right, everyone, he said it. We can go home now. Gift bags at the door.
He is my only boy, after all.
Your heart began to race as the tall man finally stepped closer to you. Struggling against your restraints, you desperately tried to get away from him. I wouldn't. I'm just like, tied up. I know what I did. What you gonna do about it, Dad? But you couldn't. The knots were tight as ever, and he was so close. Tears filled your eyes as you saw him produce a knife from his pocket. The blade drawing close to your skin. Your body shook as he tilted your head back against the chair, making it impossible for you to squirm. Oh no! It burned as it sliced into the soft flesh of your neck, a cry ripping from your throat. Oh, really? I'm not good enough for your son, and your son has a crush on me, so you just murder him? Okay. Father of the year, I guess. As you gasped for air, your vision began to blur and darken. Your fingers grew cold and your stomach was churning.
I do care for my son, just a little. Enough to know that a brat like you doesn't deserve him.
3 of 3. Bad end. Okay, let's see if I can gain a new father here and say that I like yanderes, which isn't that much of a lie, but yanderes are only cool in fiction.
I couldn't be happier. You might just be perfect for him. You see, it's very important to me to have your answers. I need to know these things to be helpful.
What's your least favorite profession? Government workers.
Any particular reason?
The government fluffing sucks. It's corrupt. Anyone supporting or upholding it is the worst.
Well then, you're not wrong, but I still don't like your answer. Conflict of interests.
Oh, okay. Your stomach dropped. Do you work for the government? His grin grew wild. Monsieur? What does that grin mean?
Take a wild guess, dear.
Does your lovely wife work for the government? A shiver ran through your body, and you realized just how cold the room was. What does this mean? What is this lore that you're dropping? Game developers? I just want to see what he says.
Interesting choice.
Okay, I'm gonna go and say not really, but saying fluff you has some lore, and I want that lore. Forget you, sir.
Once again, sweet thing, I cannot and I will not fluff you. Because you are not a pillow, and I already have a lovely, lovely partner. You're too young for my tastes.
I'm only 10 years younger than you. You're not that old. 47 is not old.
And anyways, I already have a lovely wife at home. Bruh.
Yes, why you said it. Why the fluff are you shirtless, by the way?
Ah, well, apparently you're very weak.
That doesn't answer my question.
I mean, he's not wrong.
After all, you threw up all over my shirt after I kicked you in the stomach.
Wait, you kicked me in the stomach? When was this? How dare you, sir? What is wrong with you? Although sometimes I do hold grudges. Not really. I forgive pretty easily, but I remember.
You're very cute, aren't you?
You think I'm cute? It's a good thing my future father thinks I'm cute. Oh no.
I could just eat you up.
No! That's what several of my husbands want to do. You shuddered and averted your gaze. I might not forgive you, though. Just saying. Kidnapping, crosses a few too many lines.
What makes you happiest?
Not being kidnapped?
He began to chuckle again, making you squirm. You're absolutely adorable. I can see why he adores you.
What makes you happiest, and why does saying my friends, makes him dislike you?
Do you need any friends when you have a lover?
You blinked at him, unsure of how to respond. What makes you happiest? I'll say my family, so I can get that sweet, sweet lore.
He didn't say anything, just had a lovesick look on his face.
It made you nauseous. What would I like my last name to be? Well, future daddy. Thank you for revealing your last name. I don't know. I had this friend whose last name was Galverton, and he was pretty cool. We had a pretty good time together and had beautiful lavender eyes, just like yours. I'm sure there's no relation. I'm sure you're totally not related to my friend whose last name is Galverton, but I think maybe his last name would be pretty cool. What do you think? What do you think?
I am excited to become your father-in-law.
You watched him warily, unsure of why he asked you that. Do I attempt to ask why?
Just curious, little one.
Who even are you?
My name is Silas.
And I'm going to be your father. Aha, so doing some sleuthing for Restart Heart, I've discovered what my own last name is, I think. Is that my last name? Yeah.
That's cute. Keeping your own last name is definitely a good idea. I'm sure he'd be willing to take your name.
Oh. Okay, what I had to do to get the one ending, which is actually the neutral ending, is to answer things that he likes and also things that he doesn't like and balance it out. This was a very neatly put together walkthrough. Thank you for that.
You hear a small snap as he puts on gloves. I think I've heard enough from you, Espoir. Thank you for your time and input. I'll be returning you now.
You begin to feel queasy as he came closer.
Unfortunately, I can't let you figure out where you are.
He held up a syringe, gently flicking the tip of it. As he stepped closer to you, your heart dropped. What's in that?
Something to make you go night-night. Oh man, I've always wanted to say that. I feel like a true dad now.
Daddy, no!
Anyways, get some sleep. You'll be back at your home in no time. As he pressed the liquid into your body, you tried to take deep breaths to steady yourself. Oh, but before you go, I might need to see you again. I haven't decided whether I like you or not. As your head drooped with sudden exhaustion, you saw a flash of a smile on his lips, fear filling your body.
Daddy, no! You couldn't just use the chloroform? You didn't want to return. Yay! Neutral!
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Well, that was rude, but not as rude as it normally is. Oh my, I wonder whose father Mr. Galverton, Mr. Silas Galverton could be. But anyway, that was Worthy Lover, a game that's directly part of the game Restart Heart, which I will soon be playing more of. And it seems like my friend has really intense family. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself. Have a great night, and remember, there is always hope. That's one way to weed out a potential mate for your child. Just kidnap him and ask him questions.